Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Preschool All-Stars podcast. I'm Bethany Johnson, and I am joined today by Geni Morse. How are you doing today, Geni?
I'm great. Thanks for inviting me here.
Of course. I'm excited to hear your story. I'm loving whatever you got going on in the background there. It looks like a cardboard house.
Cool. It is a huge cardboard playhouse that we're building.
Ooh, I might need to get some instructions for that. That looks fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I need to get a little backstory first because we always need to get a little backstory before we hear what's going on now. So tell me what was going on before you decided to start a preschool.
I have taught early childhood education for over 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Both in the public and the private sectors. I've worked for school districts to just private one person kind of tutoring preschool-ish. That was a weird thing, but to like Head Start to private preschools, and like I've pretty much done the gamut of it. And I was just getting to the point where I didn't like it anymore because I could not teach the children anymore. Yeah, I had to teach the textbook, and that's children,
crazy when you're working with preschoolers to have to teach the.
It's so hard. Yeah, and I'm like that 3-year-old doesn't care what that big book says. Yeah, he's not doing that, right? So and then I would get awards for getting my kids to accomplish things, and then I would get chastised for not using the books, the curriculum that they gave me. So it was so hard. And,
like, don't you understand? What?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not using your stuff, and that's what we're doing. You know,
What was the last place you worked? Was it at public school? Head Start?
It was a public school. Yeah, it was a public school. Yeah, and then I had 4 teenagers at the time, and when the pandemic hit, and so my husband and I were just like, I'm fed up with it and my kids need me more. So I finished out that year and then quit, told them, this is last day of school. That's my last day.
Yeah. Awesome.
And then just planned on staying home from then.
Okay. So how did you find joy?
I actually found joy the year before, 2019, in the summer, because I've always had this dream of opening my own school and having my own like facility up to like kindergarten. The very first place that I worked was an infant through kindergarten facility, and I loved that concept, and I loved the people there, and they were just family. And so that's really where I started to grow the love. I knew I liked kids, and this was a great job for me, but that's where I really grew the love of being a preschool teacher and wanting that lifestyle for me. And so that has always been in my head for that 20 years. And then, so I was getting frustrated and complaining to my husband about it. And of course, Joy's ads just know when to show up. They just know by magic, right? Yeah. And so one popped up, I was like, okay, let's get the book. It's only shipping. What can I lose? It's only $7, right? And a month later, I bought the Preschool in a Box and just, knew that this was going to happen. Yeah. I was attempting to do it in the fall of 2020. Okay. But things kind of fell through. We were renting a house and had to move because it got sold, and like different life happens kind of things. Yeah. And then it was good because the pandemic hit and I didn't have, I would have had a preschool and all of that expense but now I didn't. And through the pandemic, we moved to another city. We moved from a town of 3,000 to a town of 35,000. Okay. So that was a big, huge change for us too. Yeah. And so I specifically looked for a house. I knew that I was gonna still be home with my kids, but I specifically looked for a house that was big enough, had a room large enough that I could hold my preschool in it. Yeah. So I didn't have to look outside of it. I could just stay right there. So this is my room in my house.
So is that like a living room or is it a side room?
It is a downstairs. We have a walkout basement.
Okay.
And so it is like a downstairs extra family room.
Nice.
We have 2 other family rooms.
Okay.
So we have a large great room and then another family room area. So this is like a third.
Like in the basement though?
Bonus room kind of. Yeah.
Nice.
So
and are you licensed?
I am not.
Okay.
In the state of Utah, it's actually very interesting. But I am not licensed because I am a licensed foster care.
Oh, okay. Okay. I haven't had this combination before.
Yeah, it's the exact same licensing procedure, except the stamp that gets put on the approval.
Okay.
The wording that's on there. So because I have foster kids in my home also, I have a foster care license, but you can't have both at the same time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
how many kids are you allowed to have without a license?
It's as many as we want.
Oh man.
In Utah, it just cannot go over 4 hours for one particular.
Okay. So it's the time. Okay.
Right.
Cool. So tell me how your preschool runs.
We have 3 classes.
Okay.
And they are Monday, Tuesday, 9 to 11:30. And that's only for 3-year-olds.
Okay.
And then Wednesday, Thursday, and that is a mix of 3 and 4-year-olds, also from 9 to 11:30. And then Monday through Thursday is 4 and 5-year-olds, those ones that missed the cutoff. So it kind of goes, that is from 12:30 to 3.
Okay.
It kind of goes like a lower level, medium level, higher level.
Okay.
That's kind of how I have it set up there.
That's kind of nice. I've gone back and forth between doing a separate 3-year-old class or just combining, and I have 3 to 5-year-olds combined right now. And it's hard. It's hard in some days, in some aspects. Right. And then I feel like it's easier in some, like with the marketing, I feel like it's nicer to just be like, you have these time options, you can pick 4 different classes instead of just, you only have this time for 3-year-olds. But at the same time, it is nice to have like a group together with the age, because it is such a big difference in age difference. You don't realize 3 to 5 is huge.
It's huge when they're growing, their development.
Yeah.
And being in so many different preschools, I knew that I did not want that 3 to 5-year-old mix.
Yep.
But I really wanted to be able to focus on building those 3-year-old skills and focus on those higher skills also.
Totally. So is it just you teaching all the classes?
It's just me. Yeah.
Okay. And how many kids
do you have? I have a 15-year-old daughter. I'm sorry.
How many kids do you have in each class?
I capped it at 6 for the 2 morning classes and 10 for the afternoon class.
Woo, 10's a lot. For one person. That's a lot.
22.
Nice. Well, it's not a lot compared to what you're
in a class.
Yeah. That's actually pretty easy compared to what you're used to. Yeah, totally. Okay, awesome. And how much do you charge?
I am actually doing very cheap this year because of the pandemic, and it has a lot of lower income here. So mine is $67 for the 2-day and $137 for the 4-day.
Wow, it's very affordable. Yeah. And do you have all your spots are full?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
That's an interesting story in itself.
Ooh, you want to share or
sure.
Should we gloss over?
Joy actually loves the story.
Oh, perfect.
So in the All Stars, Joy has Monday Motivation, where she comes on and she talks, she answers questions, and she gives some motivation to all of us in order to get us like pumped up and stuff. Yeah. So one of her motivation speeches was about connecting with others and supporting them. This was in early August. And I really took that to heart. She said, if someone is struggling in our group, just make a post and say, put at the top of it, I'm speaking up. And so I did. I'm going to cry. I'm sorry.
We love tears here. Let it out.
It's actually really special to me what actually happened. It's a miracle for me. So she did this on Monday, And I kind of stewed over it in my heart for all week long. Like, I want to say something. I don't want to say something. I don't want to sing like a crybaby. I don't. Yeah. And so finally I wrote this post and I posted it on Friday evening. I had just gotten 4 foster kids. So I had my own 4 who was 19, 17, 15, and 12.
Okay.
And then I got 4 foster kids.
Oh my goodness.
That were 12, 6, 2, and 10 months.
Ooh.
So I had 19 to 10 months.
Were they all siblings?
The 4 were all siblings.
They were all siblings.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And so all of a sudden I went from those that could do themselves for themselves to ones that are completely dependent on me.
Oh yeah.
And so it was a huge change in our lifestyle.
Yep.
And overwhelming. And 3 of the 8 had behavior disabilities.
Okay.
So that comes with a whole new set of frustrations and schedules. And I'm like, it was just overwhelming. And I knew that this was July, that I got the kids. And I knew that August was coming. My start date was August 8th. I only had 8 kids signed up. I'm like, and yes, I was going to start it no matter what with my 8 kids. But that would make me lose and not have a profit from the school also. But I was going to do it anyways. So I was going to have faith until I got overwhelmed with these kids. Yeah. And it just put like this burden on my heart that I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. My dream has to wait. Maybe in a few years again. It's not going to happen. I need to refund the money. It's just not going to do it. And so that was basically what my post was. And I was bawling the whole entire time writing it. And it was like super long. I swear it was 10 pages long. But, but after that, just at the end of writing it, I knew that even if nobody read it, that I had gotten all those feelings out and I was better for it. And I had renewed hope. And where I thought everything was black, I could actually see that spark coming back. And my husband, saw me bawling and typing. And as soon as I was done and I closed the computer, he's like, okay, now you got to tell me. So I opened back up the computer and I read it to him because he knew I was kind of struggling, but he didn't know. He didn't know, husbands never know. Yeah.
Totally. You were holding it together, doing what you got.
I was trying. There was some duct tape there.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
I was trying. And so he really understood. He took it to his heart also. And he said, we're going to do this. You are going to do this. You are a strong woman. I've seen you do many, many things and you're going to do it. And so
we love supportive husbands.
We do.
We need them supportive husbands.
Amazing.
Awesome.
So, and then the support from the Preschool All-Stars, the ladies in there was just overwhelming also. Just 5 minutes after I posted that, I was receiving messages back saying, we love you. You can do it. You got this. Basically, the support there is just fantastic.
Yes.
And so I just took a deep breath and I'm like, okay, let's go. I have 6 kids that can walk.
Oh
2 that can push in a stroller. We're gonna do this.
Wow.
So
you're our superwoman. You're our Superwoman Award for the week.
Oh my gosh, no. Saturday, I did Facebook ads, put 2 of those out there, posted in 5 different Facebook marketplace groups, and kept those going throughout the next week. Monday morning, we hit Walmarts and grocery stores, anywhere that there was a large parking lot. We stopped and put flyers. Joy's in your face marking flyer
Mm-hmm.
on every car that was there. Where I live is on a hill. So it's like house, hit house.
Mm-hmm.
And so it really was not feasible to do it in my neighborhood, like Kim suggests. So I had to get creative and figure out something else.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a baseball tournament in town for the other, like 3 other neighboring cities.
Mm-hmm.
So we plastered every car, the baseball tournament. And throughout the week, we went to ballet schools and gymnastic schools and just anywhere that me or the kids could think of that we could put a flyer.
Love it.
My kids were actually walking up to people in the grocery store and saying, "Here, you have a little kid. I don't know what age they are, but you need
That's
this."
awesome. That's awesome.
That was funny, my 6-year-old doing that. But but my other kids did it after she did. My other kids did a couple of times too. It was just funny. It was like, so they were my little salesmen out there.
Yeah, sounds like
so
it. And it sounds like it worked if you're full now.
Right, the whole family involved. So that was August 13th that I posted that crybaby post. Okay. And then on the next Saturday, I believe it was the 23rd, I believe is when I finally counted up what I had registered, and every registration had to pay to save them a spot.
Yeah.
And I had 22 registered,
wow.
plus 10 on a waiting list.
Oh my gosh. Yes. High five. I love it. I love it. I love that story too. That's awesome.
So I was just about to quit. And then All Stars.
Sometimes you just got to get it out. Sometimes you just got to get your fears out there. And then you can, especially if you have that awesome support behind you of your whole family, and then the All Stars. And I'm so glad you didn't quit.
To start it. Yeah.
And
I'm so glad.
Classes now, and how are they going?
They are going fantastic. We just finished our 3rd week.
Nice.
And so everybody is enjoying it. I'm already getting text messages of, "My kid had so much fun today. They just love your class, and we're so glad we came to you." And so it is awesome. Just filling my heart with joy now, where a month ago I had so much despair and thinking I could not possibly do this, to today, like
you're doing it,
getting hugs as my 10 kids leave my class this afternoon.
Yay.
So I was like, yay, thank you,
so
Joy.
Happy for you. That's so awesome. That's such a great story. That's like exactly the kind of stories that we're here to tell. That's awesome. So what would you say, what would be your one piece of advice for any woman who's feeling the despair that you were feeling just a month ago? What would you say to them? Because someone I'm sure needs that advice as well. You're not the only person who's feeling that.
Oh, I know. It's hard. That was probably one of my lowest that I have felt.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get that low, you just need to keep digging.
Yeah.
And find someone to dig with you.
Mm-hmm.
Find someone who will just listen, whether it's your mom, your best friend, my best friends on my All Stars, your dog, whoever. Just let it out, tell them your frustrations, and then start again.
Mm-hmm.
And start over, and put your heart in it. Do the work. That I just went back and did everything that Joy told me to do.
Yeah.
Just did it again. And sometimes you just got to start over and just work your hardest. But just know, if you want it, you can get it.
Yeah, totally. So I know you only opened 3 weeks ago and you're already full and everything. So what would be your next big plans for your preschool?
This is a town of 35,000, like I said, so it can support a center. Mm-hmm. So my 2-year plan is to be out of my basement, and then have a center and possibly at least 2 teachers there. Mm-hmm. There is another larger city that is about 45 minutes south. And so my 5-year plan is to have another facility, a second facility in that town, and then just keep growing and growing from there.
Wow. I want all of you all-stars, anyone out there to hear this. She's going from despair a month ago, opening full 3 weeks ago, and has a 5-year plan of opening 2 centers. That's where we could be. I love it. I love it so much. Thank you so much for sharing that story. I hope it encourages anyone else who's feeling discouraged, because we all get there. We certainly do.
You can do it.
Yep. You can do it. We got it. You got it. And that's so awesome. It really is. It makes me gives me chills just thinking about it. Well, I wish you all the best of luck in that goal you have. And I know you will.
Yeah.
I know you will get there. And I can't wait to follow you in the All-Stars in your journey.
Great. I'm so excited.
And good luck with all those kids you have.
Yay. Thank you.
You are a super mama. Keep going.
Thank you so much.
If you'd like to have a success story just like that one, I invite you to join our Preschool All-Stars. It's my exclusive membership community where you'll get mentorship from me with weekly Q&A lives, support and guidance and friendship from hundreds of women on the exact same journey as you, starting, running, and growing their preschools, and my exclusive access to Preschool University, every training and done-for-you file that you'll need for every milestone on your journey to help you start, run, and grow your preschool. We've all been there, and we've got the exact same steps that you need to go through, but we do it all very quickly so that you don't have to waste time or money doing the wrong things at the wrong time. We'd love for you to join our Preschool All-Stars membership. Just go to preschoolallstars.com or click the link in the description to immediately jump into Preschool All-Stars. Again, go to preschoolallstars.com and we'll see you there.